Welcome to episode 23, which will be the final episode of my Draconian Necromancer series, where I face off against 5 allied Emperor-level AI opponents, each of whom has been carefully selected by me to create as much of a pain in the butt for me as possible with their strong race class combinations and specializations that are really good against Necromancer. And so I've made it hard for myself, and I also did nothing for the first 20 turns. So even though it's almost turn 90, for me, it's more like, instead of 89, it's more like 69, because I didn't do anything for the first 20 turns, whereas I let them get rolling. Since this is the last one before I finally find out where he's hiding, and I'm going to kill him, but I started out here at my capital. I went up and then right with my Draconian, or with my Goblin Necromancer, the one and only hero that I accepted recruitment from. My leader, the Draconian Necromancer, went like this, and then like this. And then I ghouled a whole bunch of units that did the rest of the work for me. My empire's been a little gutted by the troll invasion, so I had a bunch of my cities captured and whatnot, hollowed out a little bit. But the whole right side of the map, all the major cities that I took, I plundered, which is why my resources are pretty high. But I didn't want to let them recapture anything, so everything I took, I plundered. And I've been on the last few turns have been just this manhunt to find Zorn. You know, has a few cities, but the last thing to do was kill him. And so I finally found him with a few stacks, so I'm gonna end this here in a bit, but before I do that, I want to go over some things. So again, fire, hard to deal with. Draconian Sorcerer, strong combination. Creation, Holy, hard to deal with. Theocrat, with the spirit damage, hard to deal with. Tigran Rogue, with those Shadow Stalkers, really difficult for me to do damage to them, and they're immune to a lot of the damage I deal out. Orc Warlord, strong physical combination. Dwarf Dreadnought, super annoying to deal with machines with all that fire damage and just the high DPS in particular. So I selected an array of opponents who would be difficult for me to deal with as a necromancer. And what I was running, as you know if you've been following along, is Destruction Adept Master and then Shadowborn Adept. This mostly for the lifesteal cast on the city. So, yep, about to kill him and win the game. What do we need to know? So, a few Reapers, Obsidian Dragon, Power Ritual was up. Was able to get this up after I killed most of them and they stopped disjuncting my stuff. Heroes, I started off with this guy, and the rest of these I've been building up after I ghouled them, but I did not accept any offers to join aside from the very first offer of this guy at the very start of the game. So where did we end up with item-wise and hero-wise? So 75, 14, 13, the standard array of stuff. So the greater life drain, physical, frost, fire, mana core, tireless, defense resistance, and strong will. Plenty of ranged options, so 40, 100, 100, 100, 100. Ooh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Blight, frost, fire, protection. Just really, really optimal. So some physical and shock are the only things that can touch this guy. So it was a lot of fun playing with him. What else? Let's look at our other heroes. Let's look at the closest comparison here again. Lifesteal 60, a little bit lower, but a little bit higher here on these guys. Plenty of backup options, but was having the fire protection here. Physical, fire aura, fire protection, excellent boots. So you can see it came out to 40, 100, 40, 180. So you actually have some shock protection here. So he's also in a pretty excellent place. What about other people? So had Draconian Rogue that was getting up there in terms of effectiveness, where Sprint, Assassin Strike, greater life drain, backstab, projectile, strong will from this torso. It's a strong will. If I don't put it on the helmet, I put it on the torso. Craft units. Tireless from the boots. Yeah, so less impressive in terms of resistance is 160, but still useful. Have some alternative options depending on how I'm wanting to build him. The heal undead option, extra health there. Yeah, so it was fun. He can do some damage. In fact, yeah, 20 damage. For the Goblin Theocrat, not a very impressive hero. I don't use Theocrats very well when playing this Necromancer. Already saw him. Oh, no. This guy was also a lot of fun. So a little bit lower as Goblin in terms of hit points, but look at that resistance. Fantastic. Love how high that is. And especially considering 140, 100, and a little bit there. And I could swap out some of this for Fearsome if I wanted some extra defense. But with this, love that shield. We've got the, what is it? Just the life drain, 2 and 2. There's the strong will coming from that. Love these sandals for the fire and spirit. Some fire there. And yeah, so really enjoyed playing with them as well. So that's where my heroes end up. Oh yeah, the Orc Dreadnought, it did well too. 80 is pretty respectable. The Frostbath, Life Drain, the Tireless Boots, Strong Will, some fire protection there and a little bit of resistance. Fire protection there and flying, physical protection. So this was also another pretty impressive array with 60% physical, 140, 100, 60, and then even some shock. So, and I could bump up the strong will if I was willing to trade out some of the fire protection. I could bump up the spirit protection. Could also bump up the frost protection if I didn't mind going down on fire, depending on what I was dealing with. Also another fire option if I didn't need the tireless. Yeah, so I had a lot of flexibility, some frost aura there too. So this guy was pretty fun to play with too. And the nice thing about the dreadnoughts is that they have the lightning rod banner and the forge aprons. Those are pretty good. And the foot demolition too. That's nice. Frost aura from the shields. Yeah. So those were the heroes I played with in terms of what I ended up with. Champ 2, Champ 3, Champ 2, Champ 2, Champion 3. This guy did a lot of work for me. That was really nice. Shock Serpent, Champ 3. I didn't fully utilize the Fire Giants as well as I could. That's not very interesting. Let's see. Champ 2. Champ 3. Yeah. 135 health. It's pretty incredible. Champ 6. This has got to be the highest thing. Look at this. Look at this guy. 120 health on a reanimator. It's pretty nice. Champ 4. That's also very respectable. 95 health. Champ 4. That's one of my higher tier cadavers. Yep, I think. Champ 3. Champ 2. Wow. Interesting. 90. 2. Champ 3. Champs. Oh, okay. So that tied 165. Wow. That's phenomenal. Whoa. Champ 7. Okay. 130. So I guess champ. Wow. These are some of the OG in the very beginning. So I actually had a lot of champ 6s. Even at champ 7. I don't know if I've ever gotten higher than that. So yeah, those were my forces, and ended up with some good cities. I had 3 or 4 cities I could be forging by the end. I was pretty active with forging. Yeah, lost a lot of cities due to the orc stuff. And we talked about those before. So I think we are ready. Everything's researched. It's actually starting to work on Age of Death, just for yucks. Let's do this. Okay, so killed them, and then let's kill them. What else do I need to do? Surprised that did that not win me the game? What am I missing? So Zorn. Oh, is his cap still up? Where is the cap? Huh. Where is the cap? I have no idea. Is this the cap? Is this the cap? Oh, that's probably. I see. Okay. You see, I just try and let the AI auto battle. What the hell is that? Why is it probable defeat? Can you not? Thank God. Okay. Silly, silly, silly. Okay. So, with that done, turn 94. So, I mean, this was really won a long while ago, but since I'm not accepting surrender and having to hunt down people, it dragged out, which is fine. It's in the bag. So, in terms of statistics, interesting. Happiness doesn't. Yeah, I mean, Gustav doing really well early, but I was keeping pace, and at once, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, clearly. But so what is this? So like turn 48 is where I start to reach their land, right? And so white starts falling. And again, like I was doing, as you can see here, I'm flat until turn 20 because I did nothing for the first 20 turns. It starts to pick up. It starts to really pick up here once I start engaging with them. So I start handing Ashaka this guy defeats, and so I start to really climb as I take him out, and then kind of up and down, and then the rise of the trolls around here. So Yeah, I mean, this guy was defeated in turn 84, so this game was really, had I been accepting surrender, turn 84 is when the game would have ended, which is my turn 64, since I didn't do anything for the first 20 turns. So, but then look at the damage that the trolls did. Feel saying a thing. So that's where we're at with that. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this was interesting. Again, I have a Steam guide on how to use Draconian Necromancer effectively for playing against difficult opponents who are all allied together. And I talk about everything that I do and follow, and tips for empire building and for army building, and all the decisions I make in unit composition and forging, and all that stuff is in the guide. And there are also, if this is the first Draconian Necromancer series of mine you've watched, I have several others. Some of them are kind of moment by moment videos, some of them are end of the game recaps, some of them are end of the turn recaps like this one, but there's several example videos so you can see how I handle early battles, ghouling battles, big battles. This was because I waited 20 turns and my opponents got so strong. This video series by far had the biggest emphasis on the big, crazy late game battles, which was kind of cool. So thanks again for watching. Check out my Steam guide that's linked to in the description below. Check out my other YouTube videos and series on the channel, and have a good one.